Key differences between Montessori and traditional education. Focus on student-centered learning. The Montessori method emphasizes student-driven learning, where children are encouraged to explore topics based on their interests and pace. Unlike traditional education, which often follows a rigid, teacher-led curriculum, Montessori classrooms offer flexibility, allowing students to take ownership of their learning and progress at their own speed. Use of hands-on learning materials. Montessori classrooms are filled with hands-on learning materials designed to engage children in active learning. These materials are specifically crafted to develop sensory and motor skills. In contrast, traditional education often relies more on textbooks and lectures, with limited hands-on interaction to reinforce concepts. Mixed-age classrooms and peer learning. Montessori classrooms typically consist of mixed-age groups, encouraging peer learning and collaboration. Older students mentor younger ones, fostering a sense of community and leadership. Traditional education, on the other hand, often separates students by age and grade, focusing on individual academic progress rather than peer interaction. Emphasis on intrinsic motivation. In Montessori education, there is a strong focus on intrinsic motivation. Children are encouraged to learn for the sake of curiosity and personal growth rather than external rewards or grades. Traditional education often uses extrinsic motivators like grades, tests, and rewards to drive learning, which can sometimes reduce intrinsic curiosity. Teacher's role as a guide. In the Montessori method, the teacher acts as a guide or facilitator rather than the central figure of authority. They observe, provide resources, and support students' individual learning paths. In traditional classrooms, teachers are more likely to be the primary source of instruction, directing the lesson and guiding the entire class at once. Independent learning and responsibility. Montessori education promotes independent learning and self-discipline. Students are taught to take responsibility for their learning in the classroom environment, from choosing activities to cleaning up. Traditional education often places more responsibility on teachers to structure learning and maintain discipline, with less emphasis on student autonomy. Flexible curriculum and learning pace. Montessori education offers a flexible curriculum that adapts to the needs and abilities of each child. Students can revisit concepts and move on when they feel ready. In traditional education, the curriculum is typically more standardized, with students expected to progress through the material according to a set schedule, regardless of individual readiness. Focus on emotional and social development. Montessori education places a strong emphasis on emotional and social development alongside academic learning. Children are encouraged to develop empathy, conflict resolution skills, and self-awareness. While traditional education also addresses these areas, the primary focus tends to be on academic achievement rather than emotional growth. Mixed learning environments. Montessori classrooms are often designed to feel more like a home environment, with open spaces and a sense of calm. The layout and materials are intended to promote exploration and self-discovery. In contrast, traditional classrooms are more structured, with desks often arranged in rows facing the front of the room, creating a more formal and teacher-centered atmosphere. Long-term benefits of Montessori approach. Advocates of the Montessori method believe it fosters a love for learning that lasts beyond school. The method's emphasis on independence, creativity, and self-discipline helps children develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills that benefit them later in life. Traditional education tends to focus more on preparing students for standardized testing and academic performance.